So I'm with Mike Beaumont from Dinosaur, who's been at the judging today and set one of the briefs for us here at the Student Roses. Just wanted to ask you, Mike, what did you think of the standard today? Were you impressed with what you saw?
A lot of good stuff. If I'm being honest, not one of the strongest years, but the ones that did win were clear winners. I think when we agreed, we really agreed. So there's some people with some clearly fantastic stuff.
So in terms of the work that did impress you,
Yeah.
what were the particular pieces that stood out for you today, or what were the particular ideas that gripped you?
I think it's when they take the brief beyond page one, if you like. You know, what you'd expect to see is what you see with 50% of the ideas, and then some of them start to really break through and go out on their own. I think some of the other stronger ones today were ones who took the brief further than a kind of narrow answer. So you start to see how it could work across the whole marketing mix, and I think those have been the real winners, the ones that you can see it working in a big scale, on a big scale.
Okay, and I mean, just for anyone who doesn't know, could you just tell us about the brief that you set and what you were looking for from students to sort of respond to that with?
Yeah, I mean, ours was about cannibalism, about how to integrate cannibals into society, so clearly a spoof stroke complete irreverent brief. So we were looking for a little bit of adventure, a little bit of imagination, irreverence, and I think also something that kind of went a little bit beyond the kind of bloodfest that we were expecting, which we did get, which was fantastic. But I think that the winner that I chose went that little bit further, and there was actually not a drop of blood in sight.
So what sort of responses, apart from the kind of bloodfest, what sort of ideas did you get coming back to you with that brief then?
Some of them were quite dark, some of them were quite blood curdling. I mean, it was a difficult brief, because when you start to think about it, it is quite a grotesque affair, and people were, we did see a lot of hearts and lungs on plates in kitchens, which is, nice, good, interesting, exciting, but not quite the message we were looking for. We were looking for a reason why cannibalism might be a good idea, and there was a lot of attempts, and then there was a handful that really started to get that answer out properly.
And how did that compare to the briefs that you've set in previous years? Did you deliberately go for something a little bit darker this year, or have you always tried to come up with things that are maybe a little bit more irreverent that you sort of ask of the students?
No, we've mixed it up. I mean, we've set more serious briefs. We've set easy briefs to interpret. We've set quite difficult briefs, and you always get a different amount of responses to them. There's no real knowing how they'll take to it. They've obviously got another 9 briefs to have a look at, so it just appealed to us. We thought it would spark a few ideas.
And just kind of finally, in terms of the day of judging itself today, was it one of those days where all the judges come together and you've all got completely different ideas about what's the best work, or was it quite a straightforward, calm atmosphere today?
Very calm, very unanimous on nearly all of them. Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of knew which one was winning in each category. I think the only difficult bit was making the winners out of the winners at the end.
Okay, great stuff. Right, cheers for that, Mark.
Cheers, thanks.